Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 28 for August 27, 2023. This is part 3. So if you haven't seen the first 2 parts yet, I recommend you check them out. Some good variety this week. Sadly, one of the videos we couldn't watch got flagged on YouTube, so stupid. But outside of that, the videos have been quite entertaining. Please remember, the best way to support my React content is to become a member of the channel today. I really don't make anything on these videos on demand because they all get claimed. But if you become a member, you can be one of the people to submit the actual video clips for next week. All right. We are currently in the randomized playlist for channel members. So everyone submitted clips, and YouTube chooses the order. So let's see what YouTube has next in store for us on today's stream.
Gotta be honest, not a fan. Not a fan. Hey guys, my name's Maven Huffman, and
last week we watched a video from Maven. He's a former WWE pro wrestler, and he talked about in his 5 years how much money he made, all right, in the WWE. He's made a few other videos. Already, we got one that's submitted. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're not watching 21 minutes of this. We may watch a few. I'm curious if he has comments on 1 or 2 wrestlers he worked with, but then we're going to move on, all right? We're not going to watch this every week, and by the way, I don't want to watch the same kind of content every week. It's not my goal here, but it was fascinating what I learned last week, so we'll watch a little bit of this clip before we move on.
I had the coolest job in the world from 2000.
We know. So let's see what he has to say. Triple H.
All right. You had to start with this one, huh? Here's what I can say about the game. Triple H. In ring, there's absolutely nobody better. I had several matches with Hunter, and the one thing about wrestling is some guys blow up, meaning in the ring you get tired, because wrestling, it's a different type of calisthenics. The reason I bring this up for this man is I would blow up, and I would blow up, in 2 or 3 minutes. I worked Hunter on 2 different occasions. His work rate is so good that he kept me from blowing up. Now, backstage, you also knew that whenever you ran into Hunter or whenever you saw Hunter, you were in essence running into the office. What do I mean by office? Management.
Yeah.
But he was a direct link all the way up the ladder to the Kevin Dunns, to the Shane McMahons, and ultimately to Vince. I like Hunter. I don't know if Hunter likes me. I never knew, but you know what? I will always wish him well. Let's see what the next one is. All right, I love this guy. The next one on the list is Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
First and foremost, amazing human being, one of the nicest guys, backstage. Now, Jericho made me earn his respect. Jericho wasn't one of the guys that immediately outgoing when it came to me. Obviously, I came from Tough Enough, and if you don't know, Tough Enough was a competition show, and not the way most wrestlers got into the business. Some guys made me earn their respect. Chris is one of those guys. Once I got it, could not have been a more cool individual to me. Here's what most people do not know about this guy. In wrestling, we do a sport that is athletic, and we all come across as tough guys. I'll never tell people I'm a tough guy. Jericho is a legit tough guy. Chris is a guy that, at my lowest, and I mean outside of the ring, at my lowest, Chris was there for me.
Aww,
and
nice.
I'm happy to see him still doing what he's doing in the business, and he is a guy that I will wish the best. All right, here we go.
Probably what that means is, if you remember in the last video we watched of Maven last week, he talked about how for a whole year his leg was broken, so he couldn't wrestle and he wasn't making money. So it sounds to me like Jericho kind of was like a friendly figure to him during that time, and maybe like coached him through it. Probably, or maybe even helped him in the industry, figure out the ropes on how stuff worked.
Go on to the next guy. Let's see who it is. All right, Kane. Nicest guy on earth. Absolute nicest guy on earth. Obviously, we all know about the big red machine in the ring. Amazing, amazing worker. The first things I remember about Kane, during my time, we would all have to be at the arena at 1 o'clock. Live airings went on at 9. We went live at 9 o'clock. So to be there at 1, you got a lot of time to kill. Mm-hmm. I remember one of the first things I saw backstage was Kane playing video games. Now, you see this guy, and you're like, the last thing on earth you think is that he's into video games. Most people don't know this about Kane, but Kane, comic book lover, he's not what you think. Obviously, now he's the mayor of, I think, a town in Tennessee. Amazing worker, amazing everything he did in the ring. But backstage, truly one of the nicest guys. And nice, a genuine nice
Of course, what we want to hear is someone he doesn't like. Like, who doesn't he like, right?
guy. Genuinely cared about. I was in the...
Let's see. The Rock? Let's see.
Gotta be honest, not a fan. Not a fan. The reason I'm not a fan isn't for his work rate in the ring. It's just how he is backstage. Man, we're talking about Sean. What you see in the ring is...
So it's mislabeled because it said The Rock, but it's not. It's HBK. Huh.
You know, kind of what you get backstage from him. Never had any really beef with him. Another guy probably didn't like the Tough Enough, you know, in the way I came into the business and wasn't overly eager about helping me. We did a couple tag matches together. Now, coming up, I was always a fan of The Rock. I could probably even argue that I wouldn't be in the business without, The Rock. I was just a big fan, and I loved watching how he did. Now, what do they say? Imitation, most sincerest form of flattery. So if I imitated and sometimes would maybe throw a punch or a kick or whatever like The Rock, it wasn't on purpose. It was because I think everybody takes the people that they look up to and uses that as motivation and as, hey, if he does it this way, maybe that's the way to do it.
So HBK gave him shit, but HBK gave him shit, right? For trying to be like The Rock, I guess. Okay.
Sean was always, quick to tell me backstage, stop trying to be The Rock, stop trying to be The Rock. I wasn't. For whatever reason, never took to me and never took to him. Even still, though, I hope he's doing well. Man, yeah. Gotta be honest, never was super close with this guy, but immense respect. Probably, for my money, I could argue one of the top 5 wrestlers of all time. Of course, we're talking about Eddie, passed away.
All right. I want to see anyone he really doesn't like.
Easy enough. Edge. Adam. How he's still doing what he's doing to this day blows my mind. I get asked all the time. I still do shows, and guys and promoters are always asking me, "You want to wrestle? Will you wrestle?" And I'm like, absolutely not. How he is still going and working at the rate he works at, no clue. Nicest guy, always helpful.
There you go. Nice guy, always helpful. All right, we're not going to watch the whole thing because this is a very long video if you're interested. Look at this. Big Show. Who else is he talking about? Big Show, John Cena, Dave Bautista, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, Vince McMahon, and The Undertaker. I would definitely like to watch this video, like, for myself later, but for the clip show, we're not going to watch the whole thing. So let's go to the next.
Okay, something came across my inbox, my doorstep. Something showed up that I think is kind of gaming adjacent, but something I wanted to talk about because there's this thing I say at the end of Game Ranks videos. I don't know, like on the Friday show, if you watch. I'm kind of a pizza enthusiast, and so I don't know if you've seen headlines, but for like Xbox and like
okay, there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pizza controller that's supposedly supposed to smell like pizza. So let's take a look at it. I don't need the intro. Hello, Stokes.
Okay, love a box that yells at you. Wait a minute, there's actual pizza on it. What? Okay, so here's the controller. It looks like I got the Raphael one. Very cool. Love my red wise guy. Looks pretty good. Love the yellow back, but the back plate for it, where the batteries go, is a pepperoni pizza. Love to see.
Who the hell would want
That
a giant
is
piece of pizza stuck to their controller?
ridiculous. Wait, what?
It comes with scent
minute.
gel.
Wait, I made this video because I was gonna taste it. I thought it was pizza flavored. It's pizza scented. It is a. This is why you do your research before videos. Okay.
He thought it was pizza flavored. He thought they put flavoring on the controller. You thought they wanted you to lick a piece of electronics. Oh. Genius level, I see. Oh my god. It only tastes like pizza on the battery contact point. Why don't you put your tongue on that and see what happens? Oh my god. Well, anyway, what it looks like is it has a thing that sprays a pizza scent into the air, which is ridiculous.
Okay. Activate and deactivate the fragrance diffuser by pressing the black button on the top of the crust. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Just have smell blasting at me. Okay. It actually kind of smells like red wine. Is that weird? It smells like...
All right. First of all, it's the dumbest controller I've ever seen. Who would want to hold a controller that has a giant fake piece of pizza attached to it? Who would want to spray pizza scent into your gaming room to begin with unless you are going to eat pizza? And the guy said it smells like red wine. How much? Let's continue.
Yeah, man. So I'm here with my main man. What's your name, Matt?
Big Pop.
Yeah, okay. And the one in the back. Sorry for catching your face, bro. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry for that. But, hey, maybe you can get famous, right? All right. So, I went to Wendy's, and I gotta comb my hair. Yo, you got a brush with you, man? I gotta comb my hair. How about that pick you got?
I can't hear what he's saying. The audio's terrible. What is he saying?
I'll have to leave him back, okay?
Like, I'm gonna use this. What am I use this for? All right, let's get down to business. So, I got myself the triple Wendy's burger.
Why did
Okay. I gotta find.
Do I have to comment on this? Why would you buy the triple? Why do you need the triple? Like, there's not enough fat and cholesterol and calories in the single. You just had to get the triple, right?
Add it out your face.
That's the American way, the triple.
You know, I mean, it's kind of, you know, I don't know if you could cover your face with that whole mask so you cover your identity, see if it works or not. But anyways, yeah. So it's
Wendy's pretzel bacon pub burger. This is a car review, so he's reviewing food in a car. Is this a thing? This is like a popular thing on YouTube now, is it not? Where people review the food in their cars. They don't even like bring it inside to like a filming location. They just eat it in their seat, right? This has become like a fad on YouTube. That's weird. I mean, that in truth, I could have done this when I was doing DSP Tries It over a decade ago. I easily could have done this, like way easier. I could have just taken my camera with me and just filmed myself in the car eating. I thought people would want me to take it indoors to an area where you can actually hear me, you know, instead of like traffic sounds, or like this case, I can't understand what this guy is saying because the audio is so bad. And where the visuals are better, the lighting is better. It's a controlled environment because it's your own personal place instead of sitting in your car somewhere public, right? Like, that's why I always did it the way I did it. This guy's just sitting in his car. 571,000 views. Excuse me.
Okay, look at this.
Yeah, 571,000 for this.
Pieces of meat in there. But you know what? I don't eat bacon really because, you know, I'm cutting back on this bacon snafu. So I'm going to...
So he doesn't eat bacon, but he eats the triple cheeseburger.
Give it to my main man right here. With the Jerry curls right here. Mr. Main Man. Here, take the bacon for you.
That's bacon? Oh, God, what was that?
And a pickle, too.
That doesn't look like bacon?
Now, as you can see, I'm clean and mean. The sandwich looks clean and mean. Ooh, that triple.
Oh!
So, yeah, so it came up to $9 and something cents for the triple. And I bought the combo, came up to almost $12, but I used the coupon in the app, so I saved $2 right there. All right, look at how juicy that is. Can't wait to bite into this. Oh, yeah. How's that bacon?
Good.
This video is made possible by Brilliant. Start learning intuitively with Brilliant for 20% off by being one of the first
571,000 views on that one, ladies and gentlemen.
200 people to sign up by clicking the link in the description. So at some point during your life, you've probably experienced something that you would describe as unlikely. But what are some of the most unlikely things that could happen to you during your life? To start with something more easy to visualize, imagine walking into a room with 30 random people. There is a 1 in 12 chance that you would share the same birthday with somebody else in that room, which seems unlikely, but it's almost infinitely more likely than some other future probabilities later.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not that bad. Like, especially if you're in like you're at a concert or you're in somewhere with a ton of people, there's only 365 days in a year. So if there's hundreds of people in a room and you're in the same room, the chances probably aren't that slim that someone else in the room has your birthday, right?
In this video. If you apply to Harvard, you only have a 1 in 20 chance of getting accepted, but that's still more likely than taking a pair of dice and rolling a snake eyes, which is only a 1 in 36 chance to get.
You're more likely to get into Harvard than to roll snake eyes? I don't believe that at all. That's bullshit. Because the 1 in 20 chance is if there was a fair chance. There's no fair chance to get into Harvard. Harvard has all these criteria that they use to determine if you're getting in or not. It's not, oh, we had 1,000 candidates and out of 1,000 we selected this amount. It's out of the 1,000 candidates we screen for this and 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 this. So the 1 in 20 to get into Harvard is complete bullshit. That's nonsense.
Little more unlikely, you have only about a 1 in 100 chance of developing a brain tumor during your life, and a 1 in 100
1 in 100 chance of getting a brain tumor. That's not good. I don't like that. You have a 1% chance of getting a brain tumor? That's high. No, seriously. I don't like that statistic. I don't like thinking that in 1 of 100 people they're going to die of a brain tumor. Ugh. All right, let's continue.
2 chance of getting killed in an automobile accident if you live in the US. Medically speaking, you had a 1 in 500 chance of being born with 11 fingers or toes,
Whoa.
which is still more likely than a high school hockey player ever going pro, which is only 1 in 598.
Yeah, but in reality, I get that statistic, but at the same time, how many high school athletes really are looking to go pro? Like in high school, you're joining sports and things as an extracurricular activity, but it doesn't mean, oh, it was my aspiration to become a pro player. So again, that statistic is meaningless to me. What I want to know is how many high school players who try to go pro make it. That's the statistic I would want to hear. Not in general, just how many out of the people who play sports in high school. I don't like that.
In fact, it's very unlikely that any random high school athlete will ever make it to the pros, with baseball being 1 in 659, football at 1 in 4,233,
Damn!
soccer at 1 in 5,768, and most challenging of all is basketball at 1 in 11,771. To throw
Wow.
some more numbers in there to see how unlikely these statistics really are, the odds of you correctly guessing a 4-digit PIN code are 1 in 1,000, and the odds of you bowling a perfect 300-point game are 1 in 11,500.
Well, again, I don't like these statistics that are not based on just straight chance. To bowl a perfect game in bowling is not straight chance. There's skill involved. So even though in general you'll only see a perfect game of bowling 1 in every 11,500 games, if you're good at bowling, your chance is way increased. So again, I don't like the whole straight statistic. I don't like that at all.
All of these are more likely than you getting struck by lightning, which you have a 1 in 12,000 lifetime chance of happening to you in the US. If your skills at golf are average, then you have a roughly 1 in 12,500 chance of hitting a hole-in-one at the golf course, which is still much more likely than you getting murdered in the US, which you only have a 1 in 18,000 chance of per year.
1 in 18,000 chance of being murdered in the US. Well, at least that's nice and lean. A lean chance, correct? By the way, I don't know if that was the real person or not. I think that was a troll impersonator right there. So, I'm pretty sure that was a troll impersonator that I just banned. So I hope it was. Okay.
We're starting to get into the pretty unlikely events now, so with that being said, you only have a 1 in 54,000 chance of dying from a bee sting.
But again, here we go again. You have a 1 in 54,000 chance of dying of a bee sting, unless you're allergic to bees, in which case you're pretty likely to die of a bee sting if you're hyper allergic to it. Yeah, I don't think I like these statistics. I'll be honest. I really don't think I like these statistics because they don't really apply properly to everybody. Like, did I ever tell you this? I have never been stung by a bee in my life, to my knowledge, anyway. Never. Even as a kid. And the thing is, there were bees when I was growing up. There were always bees in my yard, wasps and shit. I've never been stung. And I used to play outside all the time. It's not like, oh, well, that's because you were a shut-in and you never went outside. No. When I was a kid, I was always outside. All summer long, I was out there playing with my friends' water guns, sports, with our toys outside, always. For some odd reason, I just never get stung. I don't know why. Maybe, bees always come after me, too. I'm like, try to get them away, I don't know. But I don't know if I'm allergic because I've never been stung. I've also never been tested for it. So I don't know if I were to ever get stung by a bee. I don't know. I don't know. Was that the real Canadian Kirk? If it was, they got to reach out to me. Because number one, they did say something that was actually pretty offensive. And number two, their account looked like a troll account. It did. That's why I banned it. It looked like a complete troll account. So, oh well. They'll have to reach out to me to tell me what the hell they were thinking, making comments like that. Anyway, let's get to the end of this. What's the most improbable thing? Look at this.
Shuffle a deck of cards and deal yourself 5 cards every billion years. Each time you get a royal flush, buy yourself a lottery ticket. Each time that ticket hits a jackpot, throw a grain of sand into the Grand Canyon. When the Grand Canyon is full, take 1 ounce of rock from Mount Everest, empty the Grand Canyon, and start the process all over again.
What?
When Everest has been completely removed from the map, check the timer again. There's still barely any change. It's now at 5.364 times 10 to the 67th seconds remaining. You would have to repeat this entire enormous process 256 times to run out the timer to 0. The reason this is so complicated is because of a mathematical principle called factorials. You can figure out how many combinations a deck of 52 cards can be arranged into by multiplying 52 by 51, by 50, by 49, and so on until you get down to 1. That's how you get a number as ridiculous as this. So the math that goes into figuring out something like this is one of the most confusing things that I've ever experienced in making videos for this channel, but knowing probability can be extremely rewarding. The next time you go to a casino, for example, it would be good for you to know that playing blackjack is where you're most likely to win any kind of money, and you're starting to determine what you should do based on probability. If your hand starts with 12, you only have a 31% chance of busting on the next card, but if you start with a 20, your odds shoot up to 92%, and you can see everything else in between. I learned all of this and more by taking the course on Games of Chance over at brilliant.org.
Oh, are you kidding me? This is all an ad. The whole thing was an ad. I was like, oh, is he leaning to something important or interesting? No, it's an ad for an online course. Do you see why I fucking hate this shit? I'm telling you guys, content creation in the modern day is being ruined by these product placements. So here I'm watching this video. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, no, it's an ad. It's a fucking ad.
Knockouts are undeniably thrilling in the world of MMA. They captivate the audience, except for the unfortunate recipient of the blow, who find themselves surprised and momentarily unconscious. However, amidst the expected knockouts, rare occurrences defy expectations and leave spectators in awe. In this video, we invite you to explore the realm of unusual knockouts in MMA, as we unveil the top 10 moments that have astonished both fighters and fans alike.
Yeah, but then they just show them in the montage. And now they're playing Gangster's Paradise, which is going to get copyright claimed.
Discussing extraordinary knockouts, one cannot overlook the exceptional skills of Edson Barboza. Throughout his career, Barboza has demonstrated his
awesome
ability
spinning
to
kicks
precisely deliver devastating knockouts, targeting various body parts such as the head, torso, and legs. However, on January 14, 2012, during UFC 142, this kickboxer showcased a truly miraculous feat. On that memorable night, Barboza stepped into the octagon against Terry Ateem, who possessed a commendable record of 6 wins and 3 losses, displaying his readiness for the fight. Ateem, a spirited fighter hailing from Liverpool, performed well in the first 2 rounds. However, in the 3rd round, Barboza unleashed an extraordinary move, a wheel kick that defied belief. The force and precision behind Barboza's wheel kick were unparalleled, As the kick connected with the team's
absolutely
body,
perfect.
the impact was so powerful that the team lost consciousness mid-air and crashed onto the canvas. In that brief moment, his entire life seemed to flash before his eyes, as the sheer force of the knockout left an indelible mark on the collective memory of the spectators.
Take a chance and risk getting knocked out! Oh my God! Wow!
Michael Page versus Ben Dishman. In a relatively obscure event,
Oh, he's wearing
Firing on
Pokemon
February
stuff.
4th, 2012, an emerging talent named Michael Venom Page ventured into the realm of professional MMA for the first time. This auspicious occasion unfolded at UC MMA 26, where Page's adversary was an equally unfamiliar contender named Ben Dishman, boasting a record of 0 wins and 0 losses. From the outset, it became apparent that a vast chasm separated the skill levels of these two fighters. With his graceful movements and supreme proficiency, Page taunted his opponent, proudly displaying his invincibility.
Oh my God!
With an air of dominance, Venom left no room for doubt regarding his superiority. Page rendered Dishman utterly defenseless in minutes, culminating in a stunning exhibition of a tornado kick that stunned onlookers. This humiliating defeat proved pivotal for Dishman, as he never again participated in MMA events.
Oh wow, he was one and
The
done
sheer
after that. Too
magnificence of Page's
embarrassing.
performance forever etched itself into the annals of the sport, serving as a testament to his extraordinary potential and leaving a finale where they held the distinguished position of headlining the tournament. With the UFC placing their faith in these athletes to promote the organization in the promising Asian market, the anticipation was palpable. Thankfully, they delivered an unforgettable performance. The fight remained fiercely contested throughout the initial 2 rounds, with neither competitor gaining a definitive advantage. The scorecard would stand at an even 27-27 when considering only significant blows. However, during the onset of the 3rd round, Kim showcased his mastery of sharp and swift elbow strikes. With impeccable precision, the Korean fighter unleashed a deadly spinning back elbow that struck
you see from
half
that
the way
angle,
with
that's
overwhelming
rough.
force.
That's really hard, man.
Anthony Pettis versus Stephen Thompson.
All right, I'm already kind of bored. I'm not a big UFC guy. I used to be when I was younger. I actually liked UFC, but I haven't watched it in a million years. It does get boring to me. Okay. All right, hold on a second. Okay. Okay, let's continue. What's next?
Hey, tattoos. Want to do me a favor? Oh, 6 feet. Come on. Put your mask on, man. I know you.
You know me?
You were in that commercial. Wheezy, sneezy, beautiful COVID girl? Oh, because you're not wearing your mask.
It's hard for me to like breathe with the mask.
Oh, it's hard to breathe?
Wow.
Yeah, doctors in the ER, like, they do 20-hour shifts and they wear their mask. You
The
can't
Mask Police,
wear a mask for 20
episode
minutes
1.
inside Target.
So, oh, what happened? I did not mean to back out. That sucked. Hold on. Can I resume?
Hey, tattoos.
Okay.
Want to do me a favor? Oh,
So
6 feet.
basically, this
Come on.
guy went around
Put your
harassing
mask.
people for not wearing the mask when there was mask mandates. Because this was years ago when there was a mask mandate,
Our
right?
own government created it?
Yeah, they did. Watch the news. They did.
Where's your masks? You guys aren't wearing masks! Oh, even the cops. Still though, notice how they kept driving? Gotta love that white privilege. Woo. For the love of
So,
God.
is this supposed to be a joke? Or is he serious? I can't tell. I legit can't tell if this is a joke or if he's being completely serious.
The masks go over your nose like this.
Are you the mask police?
I am the mask police.
Fridays this fall on Fox. Kevin Ruick is the Mask Police. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, Lance Armstrong, where's the mask? Where'd you read this?
Released it in Europe.
Where'd you read this?
It's been on the news, bro.
Which news is that? OAN?
What the fuck is he
Alex
talking about? They
Jones? Wanna
released
put
it
that
in
on?
Europe. Sure they did.
Sure.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Anytime. Do you just
And you are?
just a concerned citizen that doesn't want you?
On you? Are you 6 feet away?
I am.
All right then. Stay there.
Okay, well, if you put your mask on, you'd stop the transmission, but
Shut up.
if you want to be an inconsiderate, piece of shit, that's cool. All right. Nice talking to you. What's that? White trash. Do you talk to your pimp with that mouth?
Our own government created the COVID.
All right, I think I've seen enough of this crazy shit. It's funny. I think he's not serious, right? Like, I think he wanted to see what would happen if he started bringing this up with people. But some of the responses are just ridiculous, right? Oh yeah, our government did this and they let it out there and they did this. I don't know. Listen, COVID was a crazy ass time, right? It really was. Everyone was on edge. Everything was fucking weird. See, this is funny because where they are, at least stuff was open. Where we were, everything was closed for like a year and a half, you know? So the fact that they were able to actually still shop and stuff as long as they wore the mask is kind of interesting. We did have the mask mandate and it lasted longer. Like, things opened again and then you still had to wear the mask. Like, we had one of the longest mask mandates in the whole country here in Washington State. So it was pretty wild. You know, how much you had to do and change, right? But I don't know. It's hard to read. Like, I can't really read the video and see, is he serious or is he joking or both? I'm not sure. But I think it's just a shock value video. He's doing this to try to create a shock reaction so he has something to put on YouTube and get views. And it didn't really work because he only got, what? 8,000 views for doing his shock value video, so. All right. So we are halfway through DSP versus the internet for this week. I hope that you guys are enjoying. All right, thank you for watching. And if you like this content, if you want to see more of it, and if you want to support it and become the people who actually nominate these clips, become a member today. All right, guys? Thank you very much. See you in the next part.